Valencyofelement, and welcome to my channel, Learningbuildslife. Today, we are going to talk about the study of an element from the analysis of its electronic configuration, or EC. Today, we will talk about oxygen and sulfur. So let us start with oxygen. Oxygen. O. First, atomic number. Atomic number is A. Now, EC, or electronic configuration. EC is 2,6Kl, which means there are 2 electrons in the K shell and 6 in the L shell. Therefore, number of valence electrons is number of valence electrons, which means number of electrons in the outermost shell, which in this case is L. It has 6 electrons. Period number is 2, since there are 2 shells. Group number now. Group number is 10 plus number of valence electrons, since it is more than 2. The rule says if number of valence electrons is 3 or more than 3, we have to add 10 to it to get the group number. Here, 10 plus 6 gives 16 as the group number for oxygen. Now, valency. Valency is 8 minus the number of valence electrons, since it is more than 4. The rule says if number of valence electrons is 5 or more than 5, that number of valence electrons has to be subtracted from 8 to get the valency. Here, 8 minus 6 gives us 2 as the valency of oxygen. 2. Now, oxygen's identity. Oxygen has 6 valence electrons, but the rule says if an atom of an element has 1, 2, or 3 number of valence electrons, it is a metal. But oxygen does not satisfy this condition, so it is a nonmetal. Oxygen is a nonmetal. Now, neon is the nearest inert gas to oxygen. Neon, Ne, with a stable electronic configuration of 2,8. To attain the stable electronic configuration of 2,8, oxygen has to gain 2 electrons to reach 2,8 as the stable configuration, which is of neon. On doing so, there are 8 protons in the nucleus, but 10 electrons altogether in the 2 shells, creating 2 negative charges on the oxygen atom, forming an O2 minus anion, which is a negatively charged atom. Now you may have a look at the derivations we got from the electronic configuration of oxygen. Here we go. Now we will discuss about sulfur. we will talk about sulfur. Sulfur is first atomic number. Atomic number is 16. Now AC. AC is 286 KLM, which means there are 2 electrons in the K shell, 8 in the L shell, and 6 in the M shell. Therefore, number of valence electrons is number of valence electrons, which means number of electrons in the outermost shell, which in this case is the M shell, has 6 electrons. After that, period number. Period number is 3, since there are 3 shells. Next, group number. Group number is 10 plus number of valence electrons. Recall the real we used in analysis of oxygen. Again, 16. After this, valency. Valency is 8 minus number of valence electrons. Again, recall the real which we used in analysis of the electronic configuration of oxygen. 8 minus 6 is 2, which is the valency of sulfur. Now, sulfur's identity. Sulfur has, again, 6 valence electrons, but the real suggests if an atom of an element has 1, 2, or 3 number of valence electrons, it is a metal. But sulfur has 6 valence electrons, so it dissatisfies this condition. It is a nonmetal. Sulfur is a nonmetal. Finally, the last thing to do. Argon is the nearest inert gas to sulfur. Argon, Ar, with a stable AC of 288. To attain this stable AC of 288, sulfur has to gain 2 electrons to get to this stable electronic configuration. But on gaining, it has 16 protons in the nucleus, but 18 electrons altogether in the 3 shells, creating 2 negative charges on the sulfur atom, forming an S2- sulfide anion, which again is a negatively charged atom. Now you may take a look at the derivations of the AC of sulfur. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and stay tuned for more episodes. Thank you.